Hudcap takes song requests. Mr. Hudson takes math requests. So if you're playing along at home like Jack or a couple other people who have emailed me, sorry, I just can't pull the names out right now. So feel better. Hopefully you actually watch this maybe. What we're doing right now is working on these assignments or anything old that we need. But if not, then look for the assignments that are quote-unquote due tomorrow, although they're really like today's homework. If you get those done, then go on to Friendly Angles. I'm going to post the quiz here soon, but by the time you would be watching this video, the quiz would be posted because, you know, that's how YouTube works. Problems like this in the area and circumference challenge practice our algebra combined with our circular knowledge. So it tells us the area. It wants the diameter. Well, I know my area formula involves radius, and if I can figure out the radius, then I can figure out the diameter. So we would start, I don't know, on like paper with maybe like, I don't know, a pencil, writing down the formula. Then we fill in what we know. Okay, 484 pi is our area. Radius squared times pi is also our area. That's how an equation works, right? They're equal to each other. They're the same thing. Huh! I noticed that there's a pi on both sides. On both sides! By the way, not to ruin anyone's day, but Shama, our on both sides person, is actually moving to Olentangy. So if you want a chance to, like, you know, say on both sides or annoy her or whatever, because that's like, you know, I have little brother syndrome where I just like annoying people. She's moving in like a week. So just by the way, she will be. My heart is broken because, I mean, I prepare for you guys to leave at the end of 8th grade and maybe never come back and see us again. But, like, to just middle of the year, it's like ripping the Band-Aid off. I can get rid of that pi on both sides by dividing. That's why we have a backup. So then, we get 484. Now, this is where you might not know what to do in your calculator to get this to happen. To unsquare something, anyone know what it's called? What symbol we use? Lydia? Yeah, you know when I said anyone know what it's called? Madeline? Square root. All right, guys, give me a second. Please don't make me pause your computer. I was too old when I finally realized how this works. Square root means the root of a square, like a physical square. And what it's saying is if your square has an area of 484, then what would this root, I'm just going to call it Z to not like get mixed up with anything, what makes that square? So either you could try, okay, what's 10 times 10? 100, way too small. What's 20 times 20? 400. Okay, I'm getting closer. Or, like if you don't want to just guess and check, I should use one of your guys' calculators. This symbol exists on every calculator. As Lydia said, it's the funky, weird-looking, sort of kind of like a division symbol, but it's not. On these calculators, it is the reverse of squaring something, so that is why they put it as the secondary function of squaring. So if you want to square something, you hit this button. If you want to square root something, you hit second, and then that button. It puts in our square root symbol. We type 484, and we figure out, oh yeah, 22 times 22 would give us a square with area 484. But be careful, because that's a trap door. What's the 22? Our radius. What's this problem actually want? The diameter. So don't get so excited that you like put in the answer too soon. Make sure you reread what you're actually looking for. Now, on the rotations assignment, which I love these problems. These are very fun. And you might want to draw these out. The second hand of a clock is 8 centimeters long. Now, Okay, I've always thought it was really weird they call it the second hand, because it's actually the third one. Think about it for a second.
Oh.
Yeah,
The second hand is actually the third one. Yes, but it's the third, like...
Lydia McCannon, please come to the office.
No!
Lydia McCannon, please
You're
come
in
to
that.
Terry
Are you
office.
leaving or what?
I'm leaving definitely back to probably
Okay, well, take your stuff. Alright, so the second hand on a clock is 8 centimeters long. Okay. 8 centimeters. Hey, I'm recording, so anything you miss, you can go back and, like, you don't have to miss anything. What is the distance the tip of the second hand travels in 10 minutes? Oh, no. So we go every minute, one rotation, right? So we first need to figure out what one rotation is, and then do 10 of those. One rotation is equal to what piece of the circle? Vivian, since you asked for this, what's the rotation around? What is that? It's the circumference. So we need to figure out the circumference and then multiply it by 10. Does that make sense? You think you can take it from there, Vivian? Other requests? Let me know and I can pull it up on Securely. Eva, you don't even need to get up. I can just pull up your screen from over here. Audio. Hasta luego means I'll see you later. Not like goodbye, but I'll see you later. Hasta luego. Pasta Alfredo. It's one of my favorites, honestly. If we're... Gosh, I'm hungry. Guys, I sometimes forget that there's a mic like 3 feet from my face, and some of the like weird random side things I say end up in the video. It's kind of funny sometimes. Wow, there's a lot of numbers here. Benjamin and his unicycle. Now, fortunately, there are a lot of numbers here, but one feels like it's already done for you, like one thing. They tell us the circumference. So that's one spin. However, it does that 1.5 every second, and then we go 100 seconds. I'm pretty sure what we need to do here is take our revolution. Right? Revolution could be like an uprising of the people against the government, or it could just be a rotation. Right? Revolution. Gotta love in America, we use these words for all sorts of different things. Times, in 1 second, it'll rotate 1.5 times, and then in 100 seconds, I think this is literally just wanting us to multiply all of those together, because this will give us what happens in 1 second. Right? Because it spins 1.5 times in a second. Every spin is 2.8. So if we do that, then multiply with 100 seconds. Does that make sense? There are other ways to. Do you think I'm wrong? Okay, I just wanted to check that because there are often multiple ways. But if you think I'm wrong, you guys are smarter than me. I've just had more practice. What is it that I said you guys are smarter than me? Is that what you're looking at me on? For a lot of things, you guys really are. For me to have faith that our society will make it, that will be okay, you got to keep thinking the next generation is smarter than you are, because you guys kind of need to be. You realize they're in the generation with you. So you need to look at the next generation. Or you just have faith that as your brain keeps forming and you realize those things are silly, now realize girls mature faster.
So you realize stuff is dumb sooner than boys do, but once they start realizing that's dumb, I should stop saying nonsense. They'll get there. Look, if I say 21, does it mean anything to you?
Yes.
Carter, where do you know it from? A stupid internet video that for like a couple years in my teaching, I could not say 21 in math class without a whole reaction like 21, because it was from a stupid video. It died within 2 years. I mean, it's still around, but it's not like popular anymore. I have faith this will also disappear in the next couple years. They were literally talking about Skibidi on the news this morning. Harrison, feet on the floor, bud. We had somebody fall over, like, and hit the wall. Like, we don't want you falling over and having your head hit that metal wall. That would be bad. Carter, what's up? You got a request?
Yeah.
Carter. I hate that this is alphabetical by first name. So this one, I'm guessing? Alright, so some of this might matter if you know about fishing or not, and if you know about, like, some of the words they're using. So if you get tripped up with the words, like, obviously feel free to Google them. A spool is something that we wrap something around, right? So, now if you want to get really technical, as the fishing line wraps around the spool, the circumference will actually get bigger, because the line is going to stack up on itself. We're not being that technical. That'll be like high school math. So radius of 4, if I go to draw this spool, right, our radius of 4, so diameter of 8, suddenly a fish boat on the line spool spun 16 times before Bilal reeled in the fish. So, if we're talking about how many times it spun, we need to first figure out what happens on one spin, which would be our what? Circumference. So you need to figure out circumference, which is diameter times pi, and then do that 16 times. Does that make sense? Other requests. Oh no, the circle's on all of those pages. I cleared ink, but it didn't clear the circle. Plus. Other requests. Excuse me. All right, this is going to be a weird request. But in the next like 10-ish minutes, I would like you to try to answer at least a single question in each of those 3 new assignments. So like the assignments that we're talking about are circumference rotations, area and circumference, and shaded areas, right? Those 3 that are due tomorrow. If you've only been working on one of them, I want you to jump out into another one and like try to tackle one of the questions. Here's what I'm trying to get. I want any other requests of like, I don't quite know how to solve a problem like this before we take the quiz. Here's my end where I'm going with this. The 3 assignments that are due tomorrow might not go in math because they're really like kind of challenge type extension type problems. They're really good problems. What I need to for sure make sure, words, quiz 1. I got to make sure that we know how to master the material that we've done so far and are ready to move on. Do I need you to answer a bunch of like how many rotations of the tire and fishing line? Those are great application problems. But I want us to take the quiz here like 55 or actually like 11 o'clock. By 11 I was hoping to be starting the quiz. Shouldn't take us very long. But I want you in the next 10 minutes to try a problem from each of those assignments. Even if you don't get the assignment done, try one of the problems. If you want help, request it so I can put it up front. Does that make sense? Okay. Sweet. Ooh, hold on. Don't change your screen yet. I'm waiting for it to like crisp up. There we go. Ooh, now, like, with problems like this, I again think it might be coming back to vocab that we're not 100% certain. So an engineer is planning a new water pipe install. The circular pipe has a diameter of 20 centimeters. Cross section that they start talking about. A cross section, if we imagine a pipe, not a great drawn pipe. Drawing 3D stuff. A cross section is like if you make a cut through an object. So if you imagine that I take, you know, my water bottle, I guess to use as a cylinder, and this would be a bad idea. And I take my table saw blade and I decide to cut my water bottle in half, and then I show you, hey, here's where I just cut. That is the cross section. So for any shape, what like even pyramids, even awkward shapes, you can do cross sections. So think about a pyramid. A cross section at the top of the pyramid versus at the bottom of the pyramid is going to be a much different size because the pyramid changes size. A pipe should not be changing size. So if we're trying to do a cross section of a pipe with a diameter of 20, I think we really just need to figure out the area of that circle. But area uses radius. So watch out. We want to do radius squared times pi, which is going to be 10 squared times pi, or 100 pi, I believe. Of course, centimeters squared. questions. Arnie, let me know if that's not right, but I believe. And again, it says give your answer in terms of pi, because that makes your life one step easier. You don't even have to do the multiplication. In terms of pi, it's better. We can compare things more easily. When you feel comfortable, which can be now, it could be 10 minutes from now, could be even longer than that from now. When you feel comfortable to go and try to take the quiz, it should be up now. My advice is always to have paper pencil in front of you for doing that math. Here's a calculator up for grabs. I know you can also pull up the calculator in Khan. You guys excited about Outsiders Day? Anyone planning to dress up? Be a Socher greaser?
I'm just gonna bring my hat that I forgot to bring. I said I was gonna bring a hat that I wore from camping, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna wear a hat.
No. Yeah, what Kyrie said.
Well, you don't do it over here.
I mean, I prefer that you guys wash your hair. I feel like greasers like also put stuff in their hair. It's not just that they were like greasy.
So you want to stretch out the
Yeah, you like would put like product in your hair, grease it. So if you, similar to the problem that we did together, where like it gave us the area, we had to work backwards. This is the same sort of thing. You're gonna need to write down some work, or like what is our circumference formula, and then fill in the circumference they gave us, and then try to work backwards from there. If I was you, I would just get a fresh sheet of paper. But here's your circumference formula. So at pi, we normally want to use this symbol. Actually, because mathematical pi, fix this, doesn't have it only is pi. And I know pi like you know, like the edible pi, that has d, but our math pi doesn't. So that's why we normally just do pi or d times pi. So that's your circumference. If we know that's diameter times pi, what's that tell us? We might not even need to do that. If we divide by pi, it gives us the diameter. But it's not just 400. It's 400 pi. And if you take 400 pi divided by pi divided by pi cancels out. What's it want? Like, what is it asking us? Yeah, I know, it feels a little uneven. There should be a quote there somewhere. If you would like a break during, because we're blocked, right? You're in here till lunch. So if you would like a break, the next class change is at 11. But guess what? I don't want you out there during class change because that makes things take longer because you hang out with your friends and catch up. So you can have up to 5 minutes right now. I know, 5 minutes. Wow. You can have up to 5 minutes right now. You need to be back in this room before 11 o'clock. Okay, because that's, if kids start changing classes, you're late and need to get back here. So if you want to take a break, if you need to use the restroom, get a drink, whatever, go take a break. If you would like to take a break, go take a break. Yeah.
I can take a break if it's in the middle of a quiz, right?
Yeah, it'll sit there. Yes.
Okay, the math counts. Do I have to sign up on him?
You do not have to sign up. Just show up tomorrow, 8 a.m. at this door by Mrs. Denise's room. It is door 20. Like from the outside, you'll see it says 20. Oh, I don't like how that got laid out. I'm going to change that due date. I just don't like how it went on my... Okay. So I'm pausing the video because otherwise it's going to be